Hey, what's up? This is Chosen. Hope you're having a fantastic Thursday as we head into the weekend here for Raid Shadow Legends. We have got a lot going on, a lot to keep you in the loop on. Today, we've got a summon boost with the 2x Sacreds and a 10x for one of the best champions in the game in Kymar. We have got gear removal cost reduction coming to the game again, this one only being 50% instead of 100%. And we've also got lots of drama evolving the last couple days around the Mercy system and new players getting a bonus legendary chance and all that, and Plarium already addressing it, already changing it. So I am going to get you in the loop on everything going on so you're ready for this weekend in Raid. Let's get into it. Alrighty, now first of all, right out the gate, I want to cover this because this is important. I just did a dedicated video on this last night, and if you are not in the loop, what was happening was new players were getting a bonus legendary summon chance on their ancient shards, basically guaranteed to get a legendary in their first 5 ancient shards. It was an insane mercy system, but it was kind of snuck in there. It wasn't told to people up front, and it also wasn't all new players. It was kind of like a testing type thing that only certain promotional links or PlariumPlay or whatever. We don't know the exact cause of it, but it was common. We were seeing lots of people in Hell Hades' free-to-play competition getting legendaries right out the gate. When I did my competition against Darth, he got Harvest Jack on his 2nd shard. When I did my free-to-play series, I got Valkyrie on like my 3rd shard. So I think this has been happening for a while, but Plarium has kind of addressed this all of a sudden now that it's getting hype in the community, and they are, like, I know my friend Nubs did a video on this, and they're kind of telling us behind the scenes that this has been adjusted, and this is not going to be a thing anymore. All of a sudden, after we start getting dedicated videos out there about it, it seems to be getting fixed, and we can't replicate it anymore. I was doing a bunch of testing with a bunch of different people last night, and all of a sudden, it kind of switched where we could not replicate it anymore, and we could not get the beginner mercy on ancient shards, which is unfortunate. I think it's actually a cool mechanic for new players to have. All we wanted was for all new players to have it, like all new accounts, and we wanted them to be transparent about it. That's all we wanted. I actually kind of liked the system. So it's a little bit unfortunate in a way that it looks like Plarium is kind of trying to remove this and address it. I think what they should have done is just made it all new accounts and then made it out in the open and been transparent about it. And I think it would have been mostly a positive thing for helping hype up new players to come to the game. But alas, just to keep you in the loop on the news, as of right now, we're not able to replicate it anymore. If you can, let me know how you are able to, but it looks like Plarium is going to be ceasing to add that mercy bonus for new players as of right now. If it changes, if we learn more, I will definitely keep you in the loop here on the channel. Then as we transition to the stuff happening in game, one important thing that I want to talk about is the Pythion fragments, because this is coming to a close and a lot of people in the community are going to be hitting the 100 fragment requirement to summon him. But we have CVC coming up in like 4 days. So, and then also we think this CVC is going to have personal rewards in it. So it's not only going to be CVC, but it's going to be an important CVC with bonus rewards in it. So be careful about your Pythion. This is a good source of bonus points to kind of claim when a CVC starts. So if Pythion is not going to be immediately impactful for you, then I would probably hold off until CVC. Obviously, we're playing the game for fun to build champions and enjoy the game. So if you want to summon Pythion right now, go for it. Don't feel bad about it. We're here to play the game. But if you are the type to want to min-max with your team and get your points accordingly, you are going to want to wait a couple days, which is why I think I'm going to wait, because if I pull Pythion and then book him, I mean, we're talking about like 60,000 points right out the gate when CVC starts. If I summon him as a new legendary that I pulled and then also book him, boom, we are off and running on a very good CVC. So just something to keep in mind here revolving around the Pythion stuff coming to a close. Then also, obviously, the big thing for this weekend is going to be the 2x Sacreds plus the 10x for Kymar. Now, over on the right side, you will see a couple different things. I'm doing some polling to figure out how many of you are going to be pulling shards this weekend, because people are going to be divided on how they want to manage their Sacreds, or if they even have Sacreds, because Sacreds are tough to come by. But it is a 2x with a 10x for a top tier champion. That's usually the trio of things that you're looking for when you want to pull shards, because that is usually one one of the best opportunities to pull shards when the 2x and the 10x coincide with also a boosted chance to get a top tier champion. It's not as much of a boosted chance as you would think, and the reason that some people are divided on pulling is because sometimes people want to save up their shards for fragment events like Pythion, so they have sacreds there to make sure they're able to get the fragments and get more guaranteed value when they pull their shards. Or if they want to save up for a guaranteed summon event so they know exactly what they're getting for how many shards they're pulling. So right now, currently in the polling, we're seeing about a 30% clip of the players that are going to be pulling sacreds this weekend, with another 70% either not having shards to pull or choosing to go a different route and saving for a different opportunity. You'll also see down here that we had a sneak peek for the members. I will show you that here on the channel. I'm going to do a dedicated video later today where we dive into talking about the odds of summoning Kymar versus the expected sacred cost associated with it. I've got a nice chart right there to really lay it out for you and help you understand the expectations going into it based on how many sacreds that you pull. So yeah, I like to kind of keep members in the loop and give them a sneak peek as soon as possible on things and post it there for them, but then I will also make sure to upload it as a dedicated video and discuss it with all of you here on the channel. And we have also got a brand new Doom Tower kicking off, as you can see over there on the right side, the Eternal Dragon Doom Tower. Now, I will link down below. We do have a dedicated infographic breakdown of the different waves of Doom Tower, and you can see right now that we are on wave 2, the one that ends with the Eternal Dragon. So in this Doom Tower, you will have the Guardian, the Fatal, the Affinity Breaker, and the Bloodthirst sets up for grabs with the Griffin, the Magma Dragon, the Nether Spider, and the Eternal Dragon as the final boss. And then I'm going to do a dedicated video on the channel here to lay out what the toughest secret rooms are going to be and the overall strategy of this Doom Tower. One thing you definitely want to take note of as you embark on starting the Doom Tower is whether you should start on a normal or hard. And the way you want to do this is go back to your main screen and check your progress missions. I've finished mine, but what you want to do is check, like sometimes it'll say clear floor 70 on the normal Doom Tower. So you want to make sure you start on the proper rotation of the Doom Tower, the one that correlates with your respective next up progress mission that will be a bottleneck for you in relation to the Doom Tower. For tournaments and events that are happening right now, there's really nothing super important. There is going to be a champion chase that is going on during the whole 2x Sacred, 10x Kymar type of craziness, but other than that, the stuff is mostly normal. There really isn't anything that you really have to insanely pay attention to. I would say the most important thing is, if you are going for Pythion and you need these fragments from the Artifact Enhancement event, the Pythion event is coming to a close today. You've only got 16 hours as of me recording this video to get in there and scoop up the points for Pythion, and this is your last opportunity to do so. So if you're close and you haven't done that yet, definitely take advantage of the Pythion fragments. And even if you're at 85, 90, whatever, and you're not going to quite finish it, you do still want to get the fragments in the Artifact Enhancement event if you can, because sometimes Plarium will do tournaments and stuff like that in the future where you can get fragments for previous events. So do get as close as you can, even if you're not going to finish it. Let's take a look at the shop and see if there's anything worth discussing. We know the drill here. That's not a great one. It's below average. Monthly, okay. Speed gear, oh, okay. The pack string, this is mostly average value. And then soulstone, so 20 for 20. So this is typically what the higher spenders in Raid are willing to pay, is about $1 per soulstone. So this is not great value. This would be mostly for high spenders only. So nothing, unfortunately, in the shop today to really deep dive, discuss, and think about recommending to you. And there we go. Means a lot to me if you subscribe and like the video on your way out, as it helps the channel out a lot. And good luck if you're pulling shards this weekend for Kymar and boosted sacreds and all of that. And it's been a lot of craziness to keep up with the last few days with the whole mercy system changes and all of that. So let me know what you think about all of that down below. And I'm going to head on over to the live section of this channel and hang out for a couple hours. And then later today, I think we've got a collab with Mr. Hell Hades. I asked in the last video what would be some fun questions to ask Hell Hades and things for us to talk about, because we don't get to collab more than, like, you know, twice a year or so. So it's going to be a lot of fun to hang out with him, and I will do and I will make sure to include some of your comments on things to talk to with him about when I touch base with him. But that'll do it for this one. As always, I appreciate you. Thanks for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.